Yeah, we're
Well,
talking about you, Lee. Yeah, baby.
hey YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. You have the Rhino. You have Average Troll America. We have Nicholas Pickles from Maxwell Stars Beer Reviews. Oh, and we have Big E himself,
You would read.
the whale hunter. So what are we all drinking? We'll start with you there, Average Troll America.
Well, I think you've had this before. Maybe your monogamy series from Bellwoods, the Columbus.
Okay.
I'm letting it warm up just a little bit.
Big E, what are you drinking?
He's muted.
He's always
Big
muted.
white titties.
Baby, are you trying to do like The Rock, baby? Like, are you Jay-Z right now? What are you doing?
He's drinking zero. Heart.
The DDP, baby? Some DDP yogurt gonna give you the bang?
No, it's just a little noisy here. I'm not drinking any right now.
In other words, I had to listen to Joe all night.
That's always a good thing.
In other words, we just have Ewart here for a space filler. A space... Oh, camera on and off, camera on and off? Okay.
I'll chime in when I can. That's all.
Let's be honest, that's what you were best at.
Nicholas, what are you drinking?
I'm going to crack open a St. Ambrose Riz Russian Imperial Stout 2015 batch.
Okay. And what am I going to drink tonight? What did I grab first? No, I'm not going to drink that first. Got a lot of leftovers from the festival, so
Yeah.
we're going to drink some Nut Brown from Black Oak.
Drinking his nuts.
Yeah, you love to drink nuts. All up in your face piece.
They changed their can, huh?
Yes, sir. Well, they now use cans. It was always in bottles before.
Get out of here with your fancy schmancy water, you fucking tool bag. Jesus Christ, you were.
What, was it Voss or something?
I'm just not gonna. No, to get it out of the screen. No.
I recall the nut brand from Black Oak being pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's one of the better Nut Browns in Ontario.
Hmm.
If not all of Canada.
All the world, baby.
I recall it being a nut brown, so I just said fuck it.
I recall that you're a dickhead.
Yeah, Joe.
Baby, I cannot disagree with that point.
Well, no, you can't, because you just can't. Alrighty. So, first and foremost, we'll go through the just stupid things that we always do. And we'll get on the topics that I've had saved up for a week since we weren't here last week.
We were
First, well, I wasn't here.
Oh.
From Petite Packetville in New Brunswick, Distillery Fils de Roy, an artisan distillery that added a brewery earlier this year, has announced the release of its latest beer. The North Shore Regiment Barley Wine is a 12% ABV, 45 IBU strong ale. Do you know anything about them, Nick?
Nick knows about leaving in the middle of a fucking show. That's what he knows about.
Okay, well, forget it. We were going to talk about New Brunswick stuff a little bit. Forget it. Fuck them.
Right there.
Who talks about New Brunswick stuff? Oh, he's got a bottle.
Yeah, I've actually got it.
Nice.
North Shore's Feederwas North Shore Regiment Barley Wine.
You haven't had it yet?
No, I bought 2 bottles, but I only bought 2 bottles because it's like $12.
Have they made a bunch of different beers? Is it fairly... I like, it doesn't say anything about how big they are or anything, just that they were a distillery that added a brewery.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have anything really that's like widely listed in NB liquor stores. Some of their spirits are, but not their beers themselves. This is the first time I've actually seen their beer down here. Usually it's up in the North Shore in New Brunswick that you can get some of their things. Like a couple months ago, they released an Icebox, and I remember we were talking about that on the on Beer Dweebs, and it was kind of neat to see somebody humming it with an Icebox. And they released another one that was on growler fills, and forget what it was called. But I remember buying a growler of that and sharing it with Don. But it's they're kind of like limited release and generally only available in northern New Brunswick. But this is the first time I've ever seen their beer available down here, and it's still pretty cool, even though it's quite expensive.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you. Thank us all.
Oh,
Okay, so the online vote at Phillips for their Benefit Brew has happened. Benefit Brew, they make some beers. They donate the money to charity. They pick 2 charities a year, and it's an online vote. So one of them is Dogwood Rescue Society in BC, and the other one is the Edmonton Area Land Trust that are going to be getting these monies. So it's from a red ale for Dogwood and an oatmeal brown ale for the Land Trust. I think the Land Trust might make a little more money. And yeah, they'll be released in February in a limited run of 650 milliliter bottles. It's kind of like when you saw the autism beer that hit a lot of provinces.
oh.
It's that thing. They do a few beers where all the proceeds go to charity. It's a good publicity thing for them. It's good marketing, and it's a great little tax write-off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since we've been talking about stupid brewery names so much, this one's for the Big E. Sean and Ed Brewing is opening soon in Dundas, Ontario.
Gee, who runs that?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is fucking lazy beyond belief.
What's it
Sean
called?
and Ed. Sean and Ed.
Ed.
Also known as Shed Brewing for short.
Oh.
Is being opened by partners Ed.
Wait a second. Isn't there a Shed Brewing already somewhere, or am I thinking Tool Shed?
That's Tool Shed. So, founded by partners Ed, founder of the Flat Rock Cellars Winery, and Sean, a former curling rink, in a former curling rink. The pair have brought an industry veteran, Rob Crichton. Oh, fuck. Rob Crichton is their brewmaster. For those of you that don't know who Rob Crichton is, he is the brewmaster formerly from Grand River Brewing.
Oh boy, quality beers everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even really want to talk anymore about this place.
Actually, no, that's not the dumbest name I've ever heard. I'll tell you later what the dumbest name I've heard.
Okay.
Oh, is that the one we talked about earlier? Is that I still don't think I think fucking that is a dumber name than that one, honestly. That is lazy.
So
Extremely.
they are going to be opening with a pair of lagers, a premium and a dark, under the Lager Shed brand, and they're also planning a series of barrel-aged beers under the Barrel Shed plan.
Sounds like Grand River to me.
It's like, open up with a lager, you'll piss off Joe. And that's the end of your...
So, Cayman Kettle Beer Works just opened in Font Hill. I'll be going there tomorrow. They opened last Thursday. They had 14 beers when they opened. They are a one barrel system. They have 4 left right now. So I'm going to go in and get them. They have a crowler machine on site. It's going to be opening.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to go and get some 950 milliliter crowlers.
Mr.
Crowlers are a great time.
Oh, here's another good one in Toronto. Halo Brewery confirms its location and plans to open in the spring. So after almost a year of searching, Halo Brewery has found a location in Toronto's West End and is now working on towards being open by spring 2016. Who's there?
That's Greg.
Yeah, I don't have to
Good day, Greg.
Good day.
B-log.
Does Halo Brewery, do they know that Microsoft is suing them right now?
They're probably going to know soon.
First beer is going to be like the Mr. Chief Imperial Stout.
Mm-hmm.
A Belgian triple with wildflower honey and chamomile is their first beer.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
And a double dry hop pale ale with elderberries and elderflower malt cider, and a lemon apricot tart saison.
Wow.
Oh, I know where these guys are, because I want that in my belly.
Yeah,
So
the
do
only
I,
thing
actually.
better is if they would have, fucking brew an alt beer. That would have been a lot.
They're going to be on Wallace Avenue, Greg, between Bloor and Lansdowne.
Well, that's not that West End, but it's West End-ish. Well, that's not too far from Bellwoods.
Placing orders.
Well, they're not open until 2016, so.
You can. It's never early enough to place orders, motherfucker.
Cornwall has a new brewery. Cornwall has the Rurban Brewing Company. Rurban has released its first batch of beers in Cornwall, Ontario. I used to go to Cornwall and I would play in the sewer system with my buddy Ray. We would play tag in the sewer system, and
But he became albino.
that's
See,
how I became albino.
I misheard that, and I thought you said you used to play in cornhole, and you played in the,
So-
the sewer system.
Cornwall, Ontario.
Rurban is a play on rural and urban.
It's
And they're
also a play on
launching a late
stupidity.
October with 4 beers. They have the Stop and Goza. They have the Palatine Pale Ale, the new Johnston's Best Bitter, and the Ales Take an Evergreen IPA.
Ales taint.
Ales Taint. Ales Tail. No, sorry, Ales Take.
Okay.
You know, Ales Take.
This place automatically fails based on the fact that they made a Goza and they had to make a Goza pun name, so they're done. They're absolutely done, finished. It's ridiculous. Every fucking brewery does it if they make a Goza. It's terrible. It's fucking absolutely terrible.
Not Westbrook.
I was waiting for you to chime in with Westbrook, that big 3 out of 5 beer on tap that someone gave it.
That was me.
Oh, yeah, that was you.
Why is that supposed to be a beer that I'm supposed to give a higher rating to? I was
Well,
for beers I was supposed to give all 9 or higher.
You're a huge fan of salty things in his mouth, so he's a huge fan of Westbrook Goza.
Salty Bob.
Now, here's something that we talked about before after they laid off a bunch of workers early this year. Molson Coors Canada has sold its Vancouver plant at the base of the bridge in Vancouver. According to CBC, the proceeds of the sale, which have been undisclosed, will be used to build a new brewery in 2 or 3 years. But currently, they are leasing the brewery from the new owners.
What?
So they sold the brewery to somebody, and they're going to lease it from that person.
I don't understand what's happening.
They sold the brewery to whoever, and now that they're just going to lease it back so they can continue to produce their beer while they find a new location.
That's all they're doing. I guess so. I guess that makes sense. They'll make money and be able to still run out of there for a while.
Yeah.
And lastly, with the best label in the world, 20 Valley Brewery has opened in St. Catharines finally.
Really excited.
They have started with Shipman's Corners Session Ale, which is a 5% ABV cream ale.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Hey, at least it's not an alt beer.
I would rather fucking drink an alt beer. Yeah, I said
So
it.
we waited 3 years and put up with the Brock Street lawsuits and everything for them to open up with a cream ale.
Not your father's cream ale.
It's the best beer we got in our menu right now, so
Yeah, there's some ginger.
I'm totally gonna check it out, you. And I want a tour. I want free samples. I'm your buddy. I need the free. I need, like, if I can get a crowler. You have a crowler machine, right? Clearly, because I gotta have crowlers of a cream ale.
Now,
that's
here's the
gotta be
best part.
something that happens.
The stupid label, and I sent the logo over to Ewart when this came out. The stupid little logo Ewart made up in like 5 minutes to troll me way back when is better than the piece of shit that this thing is. I mean, it's a blue background with a red circle with a white circle inside, and then in black letters, just 20 Valley Brewing.
The funny thing is, you're going to see more and more of that as it continues. That's just what okay. Fantastic logo. Fantastic. Yeah, you're just going to see more and more breweries just not give any effort. I mean, you got fucking Jim Bob Cooter fucking brewery, or whatever the name of that one earlier was. You got fucking all these places coming out with fucking cream ales and alt beers, and I don't know. People just don't give a shit, I guess.
Well, but remember, Joe, if you're not in the Toronto or Central GTA area, they're going to cater to what's going to sell, and it's going to be the simpler beers.
People could just go buy fucking Macro.
I could see that. I could see that, Greg, in some places, like, say, I don't know, Tecumseh or fucking Manitoulin Island or out in Simcoe, somewhere that doesn't have breweries. You have the shitty breweries here in Niagara Falls of the Niagara Brewing Company, the Syndicate, Taps. You have Silversmith, you have Osthouse. The Exchange is about to open. The Hamilton Brewing Company just opened. Clifford is just about to open their door. Like,
Oh, I thought this place was in Whitby for some reason.
no, that 20 Valley is here in St. Catharines.
That's a thing. It's like anywhere between Toronto and the Falls is what, about an hour 10 minutes, somewhere in that range.
Yep.
35 minutes if you drive fast enough.
If you're anywhere in between those spots, anywhere, and you like craft beer, you're not gonna go to a fucking place like this. I don't care if it's the local place or whatever. There's probably bars and eateries that have better beer on tap than whatever the fuck that place's cream ale or alt beer or.
Well, Font Hill,
regular
tiny little Font Hill with their one barrel system, the Cayman Kettle. Well, they opened up with 14 different styles of beer, and they don't have much that's interesting left right now. They only have 4 left, but one of them is a fucking Chipotle Porter.
You have to be creative if you're going to be in a saturated market. If you're in a rural place like you guys are talking, all the fucking crazy Ontario places where you got to fucking hoof it for like 4 hours and fucking, fly on a jetpack to get there, that's fine. Yeah, open up with cream ales and shit. But if you're anywhere in the GTA or going, 45 minutes in any direction, you're fucking stupid if you're opening up with just standard run-of-the-mill shit you can find anywhere. It's dumb. Makes no sense. It's not a Daniel Harper world yet.
Oh, God.
I mean, we talked about... I talked to Tanner. Tanner is the brewmaster at Brock Street. Brock Street was at my festival, and me and Mark have had our talks, and Mark being the owner, the one that had his fight with 20 Valley when they were Brock Brewing. Oh. And me and Tanner started talking at the festival about his beers, because they are all very, very simple. They are what I would say is craft brewing for your dad. Like your mom and dad's craft beers, right? They had a red ale, a cream ale, an ESB.
Alt beer.
An alt beer. Ooh. Like they have all that type of stuff. And I was talking to him about it, and I feel bad for him because this is the guy that came up with the fucking tomato basil beer that won an award at Niagara College, right? This guy's creative. This guy's great at this shit. And I've reviewed almost all of his beers. I didn't even know they were all his. He just started talking to me. He's like, you had my cream ale at Niagara. It was the pineapple cream ale. I'm like, oh, fuck, that was actually pretty good. And he's like, yeah, it comes down to this was a brewery that was opened up by people with money to make money. So they're going to go the only route that will guarantee them to make money, which is the Creemore Mill Street, Cameron's core brand stuff, the old Amsterdam, that type of route, the super safe, get into everywhere we can get into type of route.
But you know what? See, I slightly disagree with that business plan or whatever, because here's the thing. You have to cater to both fucking sides of the fence. You can't just cater to one or the other because you're not going to fucking progress like you should. Why is it so bad to have a brewery that says, hey, here's our cream ale, here's our alt beer, here's our lager, here's our whatever, ESB, but here's a fucking pineapple cream ale. Here's a fucking barrel-aged stout. Here's a fucking...
Well, I mean, Amsterdam is doing that. Amsterdam's doing that now. Cameron's is doing that now. All these breweries are doing it now. It took them 8 to 10 years to do it, but they're all doing it now. And like you're saying, you do have to cater to both sides, especially now. Now that we're like... If you think about it, craft beer in Ontario has been around for 31 years. We're 31 years in. You can't be just one-dimensional anymore.
No, and the thing is,
cottage country and there's no one around.
Well, yeah, like if you live in Erio, Ontario, and Bayside is your only brewery for an hour, and there's one road in and one road out. Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Bayside. Yeah, like you can do whatever you want.
But that's the great thing about craft beer too, is you can do it. It's not difficult. It's not like it's really hard to say, hey, here's a couple core offerings we have, and then here we're going to rotate these fucking, specialty releases or these experimental beers or whatever to bring in the craft beer nerds, geeks, whatever, dweebs, whatever you want to call them. It's not hard to do that. Is it hard to brew fucking great beer? Yeah, but it's not hard to actually get that variety on the menu for people. So when people have the mindset of, hey, I'm just going to go in with this is the plan. I'm going to try to go after the everyday drinker that wants to, after work, come to the brewery and have a cream ale or have a craft lager. Or the other side of the fence is just, we're just going to brew 47 saisons with 87 different fruits and just go nuts. No, there has to be a happy medium somewhere for everybody.
I like what Great Lakes used to do. I mean, Great Lakes has only really become kind of the good brewery that they are now in the last 3 or 4 years, because they used to just do their regular stuff, and then they started with a Tank 10 series, which was literally one of their tanks that they told the head brewer, hey, do whatever you want, make this shit. And he started making really good beers, and now it's their whole series, and now that's all they do is they make really good IPAs and a few other beers. But, up until a few years ago, they were basically living off their lager and their Crazy Canuck and their red ale, and they weren't anything special up until a few years ago.
But that's the thing, I think, kind of what Chad was mentioning, is that's the thing, is like all these established breweries are starting to go that path. Why? It's the path to go. That's what the market demands. You can't just rest on your laurels of here's our 4 or 5 core brands of just regular styles that's been around for hundreds of years. And no, people want different flavors. They want different styles. They want a variety. And if you give it to them, they will come. But if you open your brewery with 2 fucking beers, 3 man a lager, no one's gonna be like, hey, I gotta go to this place.
Well, the other thing I'll say, though, is that these established breweries have a lot of capital. I mean, I don't pretend to know how expensive it is to brew a beer, but, maybe some of these small guys just don't want to take the risk just yet until they've got a little bit of money in the bank, because some of them may be paying off a whole shit ton of debt just to open the brewery.
I think most of them are, but I tell you right now...
If you have to make a name for yourself if you want people to come to you. If you open up and you're like, here's my cream ale, and somebody drinks you know what? They're going to be like, you know what? Moving on. Going to the next thing.
The key thing, though, is in a saturated market, a market that has options. If you have options and you plan on opening up where in a 45 minutes to an hour radius you can get amazing beer, you can't open up with just here's so-and-so and I hope people come. You have to understand you have competition and that you have a lot of breweries around you that make amazing beer, and you have to plan.
Not even looking at all the way to Toronto or even Burlington. If we just go to Hamilton, there's already like 10 breweries here. Like Collective Arts in Nickelbrook, the Arts and Science Brewery. That thing's pumping out some amazing fucking beer right there in the heart of Hamilton. Like, it's I don't get the concept, like you said, of opening up in a saturated market with nothing, especially when you figure. I know they're figuring they're just going to slip into the bars and stuff as the local stuff with that. But these bars are going to have to stop selling Bose Lug Tread first, or like Muskoka Lager, or whatever else. There's so many established breweries as well out there right now that have that standard lager that are in all these bars.
I mean, this kind of plays into Joe's attitude, but I got to say that it makes sense to some breweries starting up and maybe not so saturated market when it's coming out with a beer that's going to be bought by everybody, drank by everybody, the simple beers like alt beers and lagers. But it's going to come to a point in a saturated market where in order to actually make money and sell your product, you're going to have to do something really different that makes your product worth buying. And that's where they're coming in with those specialties and different rare styles is coming into play.
Yeah, I'm not even talking like all these places don't have to fucking go nuts and fucking make crazy barrel-aged beers and imperial this and all that, but just do something different. Like if you're gonna come out with a porter, fucking I don't know, brew a cherry porter, brew a porter with fucking coffee in it. Do something that's different than the norm, because we can all go get regular porters, and they're gonna probably most likely.
For God's sakes, make it imperial. Don't make regular porters.
Listen to Greg, because
make everything imperial. It's always better.
You sound like he doesn't need to be here this week. Congratulations.
Now, I mean, here is
barrel age that imperial stout and make it like double tempest.
Here's the thing, okay? We also talk about how people want, like Joe was saying earlier, people want something different. And if you don't believe that all the time, take these guys for instance. Again, they make an amazing nut brown. I love their nut brown. They've been to 3 of my festivals. They've sent the same 3 beers to all 3 of my festivals, being the nut brown, the pale, and the 10 bitter years. You know who's had, historically, on all 3 of those festivals, the worst payout of all the breweries? These guys. And I like their beers. Their beers are really good. But nobody cares to just go and try the exact same thing.
And they had, at your May Fest, they had Erica serving, too. That should have given them points.
They had Epiphany number 2 there.
Yeah, they had Epiphany number 2 at that one, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and from what I understand, that's all she really sold, she told me.
Yeah, I got a 10 bitter years from her.
No, you didn't. I think well, maybe you did. The thing is when it comes to fest specifically, I've said this for a long time, but You can't just bring your fucking core brands that people can walk into a local beer store or LCBO and purchase. It makes absolutely no sense.
And I full-heartedly agree with you.
The only thing I'm going to say, just to play devil's advocate, is I just know, and granted, I know my friends aren't a cross-section of society because most of them aren't craft beer guys, but I know if I went out with a bunch of my friends and they had like an IPA, a stout, a sour, a barrel-aged beer, and a cream ale, I know most of them would go for the cream ale. Maybe me and one other guy would go for something different. It's just that a lot of people still really like the simple beers, and on a mass market scale, that's still the stuff that sells.
You are right, but on the mass market scale, most of the people that are going out for those beers are going to go to a place that's selling Coors or something for a lot less money.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, got me there, sir.
So is anybody able to take over comments since we don't have Lee tonight?
They're still disabled. I don't know if that's still the issue, but I'm getting comments are disabled for this video, so...
Okay, well then it doesn't matter.
It's probably just Lee trying to make comments.
You guys can Facebook me, you can Twitter me, whatever you want if you want to make comments.
Google Plus.
But yeah, here Google. I don't know how to do fucking comments.
Nobody does.
There's a reason somebody else takes care of it for me. So first and foremost for our real topics is this one. Constellation Beverage Brands buys craft brewer Ballast Point for $1 billion. That's with a B, boys and girls. $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, congratulations, at Ballast Point.
Yes.
They're disabled for this video.
They're making all the alt beers now.
Fucking $1 billion. Now, I read somewhere that their net sales are normally 100 million. So I don't know how they got the $1 billion quote on that, but that's
per year, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, 10 years you make your money back.
And anybody who has the negative reaction of, oh my God, I can't sell out, that again is $1 billion. Like
yes.
$1 billion?
$1 billion.
Congratulations.
If you do not sell your brewery when you're offered $1 billion and you only make $100 million a year, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you should be dancing in the street.
Because that is the thing I'm thinking here is Constellation Beverage Brands is the distributor for Corona as well as many other beers for Anheuser-Busch. So I'm hoping to see some Sculpin up here in Ontario after this sale.
It'll take time. You guys will eventually see that and Firestone Walker and everything. It'll be a while, but you'll probably see the core
I
brands.
don't know if we'll see Firestone Walker because Amsterdam won't sell the Firestone Walker trademark.
Fucking Amsterdam. Good thing they make an awesome beer, otherwise, fuck those guys.
Hey, listen, if we're not getting Firestone Walker, Michigan, you ain't getting it in Ontario, goddamn you. Tell you.
Who is this wee stuff in Michigan? Where are you from again?
I'm speaking on behalf of the state.
Where you live, though? I always forgot. Where is that?
He won't answer you.
No.
He refuses.
Well, he's kind of like, he wants to be an American just like Joe wants to be a Canadian.
Definitely not when your dollar's in the fucking gutter, guys. Shit's fucking terrible.
Oh, you can come with whatever money you have now and live like a king for the rest of your life.
Then sign me up, baby. I'll buy all the barrel-aged double tempest, baby.
Oh, another fun thing while I segue into the next beer I'm drinking is when I was talking to Tanner about the things Mark was doing, we were talking about these guys and how they're forcing Underdog Brewing Company to change their name because cheers to the underdog.
I like how they do that, and then they have a beer called Dark Horse. Fantastic.
Vinegar beer. Nice. Interesting
fucking,
concept.
Let's just fucking sue everyone because we're dumb. I fucking hate breweries. We love everybody. Oh, the craft beer community. I just want to give everyone a hug. Come on in, baby. No, that's not how it works. Sorry. Not how it works.
That is how everybody wants you to assume it works and how they try to make it sound like it works. But yeah, it's still all business.
Yeah, if you're gullible, you'll believe that. But at the end of the day, we've established 4 billion times on this fucking thing. It's a business. And it will be ran like a business. And if someone is infringing on you believe you're right to trademark, then you're going to get sued or warned and then sued or whatever. That's how it works.
That certainly is how it works.
Influences here, bitch.
Oh, so there is a new brewery opening up in Toronto called Bandit Brewery, and it is actually attached to a beer store. The building is physically attached to a beer store.
And they sell their beer in the beer store.
Well, I was wondering if they were going to, take up the offer of getting free listings in the 3 closest beer stores, since they don't even have to take it anywhere. They can take it out the front door and deliver it.
Oh, the way our system works, they probably have to ship it to some warehouse first. And
No, that's only if they were shipping it through. If they were shipping it through the LCBO, they'd have to ship it to a warehouse first.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is at 2125 Dundas Street West, and yeah, it's hysterical. It is a old. It looks like an old. Well, just the same as Bellwood's, an old mechanic shop. Because it has all the big.
What was the address again?
2125 Dundas.
Dumbass. All right, 2125 dumbass. Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like an old. Fucking idiot. An old mechanic shop, just like Bellwood. But the building is actually attached directly to the beer store. They have a quote here with, so what type of beer do we make? We focus half our brews on some fixed styles, while keeping the other half rotating with beers that are more adventurous and seasonal. Just like we were talking about what we should be doing. Whether you are an ale drinker or you prefer sours, we are sure you will find your beer here.
What if you want a Goza?
What if you prefer well-made beer?
Says
What happens
founder
then?
Shezhad Hamza.
What now? What was that? Did you cough?
Shezhad Hamza.
The shed has a hamster? I don't know what you're saying right now.
Sounds like an honest individual.
The name is Shehzad.
I didn't follow that. Sounds like
Yeah,
shed
okay.
has. The shed has a hamster.
They are also part of Junction Craft Brewing's upcoming West End Brew project, which, according to Sean from Junction, is basically they took every single brewery in the West End of Toronto and they're all brewing collaboration beers together.
Are they going to bring any of your festivals?
Hopefully in May.
They
Actually,
bring the pile.
Junction actually brought out good beers to this one that nobody came to. They brought out all their small batch beers this time.
Oh,
He's like-
so in May they're going to bring their 2 staples again.
Yeah, they'll be back to Session Ale, and one of the things he said he's going to bring, he wanted to bring for me this time. He said, I was going to bring you a keg just for you to drink, but I'll make sure to have it in May since we were out, is the Station Master Stout, and their stout is fucking good.
Their stout is pretty good, huh?
Their stout is good.
Yeah, I've tried that one. I think I tried that one in bottles. In fact, I think I got you a bottle, didn't I?
Yes, you did, and it was fucking good.
I think my review probably went the same way as all regular stouts go. Should have been Imperial.
Never happy, Greg.
Never happy.
Oh, Unibrew. Here's another great one. Unibrew is bringing back the 6-liter bottle to Ontario, but this time instead of just La Fin de Monde, they will also be bringing in 17 Grand Reserve in the 6-liter bottle.
Ooh.
So they will be $149 and $199 respectively.
Wow.
And for anyone that's thinking, let's buy this, don't be fucking stupid. Don't be fucking stupid. Just go out and buy the small bottles. Fucking 6 liters of the small bottles will cost you $49, not $149 fucking.
But then you don't have a cool 6-liter bottle.
For an extra $100 fucking dollars.
You have to
Okay,
drink all at once.
I'll have to put it on my shelf like Matt. Come on.
Yeah, but clearly, which is the more baller bottle?
I think traditionally you can get like 6-liter bottles of Chimay, can't you? Or those other Belgian Trappist styles.
A lot of the Belgian beers will come in more than the liter bottles, yeah. Like 2-liter, 3-liter bottles.
It's always like fucking 10% beers to get you fucking yoked. Great times.
Yeah, one of my viewers said that there is a 3-liter Hoegaarden glass, and I was like, I know the 500 milliliter Hoegaarden glass is fucking huge. How big is this? And he's like, it's a bucket. It's a fucking glass bucket. And I kind of want one now.
There's a 3-liter Duvel glass. Imagine what that'd do to your liver.
Treated very well.
Yeah.
Get out for a nice meal.
Speaking of glassware, do you have a pump house glass?
No.
Okay, I just came into 4 of them, so I'll save one for you.
Is it stemware, Nick?
I don't know if I want them if you came into them.
No, I didn't actually come in them. I came.
It's a fucking shake. Get out of here with that. No one drinks out of those.
You can wash it.
I hate shakers. That's why I don't want 4 of them.
Yeah, just pawn them off on people. Fucking. Jay Terrio would take one.
Premium lager with it.
News out of Alberta, the beer tax hike has pushed Ontario's Muskoka Brewery out of Alberta. They've decided, fuck you, Alberta, I'm not there anymore. Where was the numbers here? Here we go. Muskoka paid a tax rate of 40 cents per liter based on its production, and it now faces $1.25 per liter, an increase of 212.5%.
My question is, can I pay someone to get them out of New York?
Well, you're going to get more of them now.
Fuck!
Now that they have all this excess beer, it's going to New York, boy. New York and Ohio.
I like it. It shows up at Wegmans of all places, and it's fucking. It's in their Crafter 6-pack for $9.99.
Yeah.
And they don't ever move. They're always there sitting there.
See, that's actually a good way for it to move. You'd think that would help out, being in the craft your own 6-pack. So you just.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't move.
18-pack or 6-packs out here of Muskoka are like $19-20 to begin with. So.
Yeah, that sounds like here. I mean, it's like $18 to buy that. I never buy Muskoka 6-packs.
So they'd be right around like what, $30-40 a 6-pack now?
Maybe if that was Winter Jack, then I'd sign me up. Otherwise, they can.
And here's the thing, right? One of my viewers was like, maybe there's enough. Maybe they have the numbers that it'll actually be felt, and people will actually fight to get it back. No, probably not. They didn't. They still didn't really send a lot of their big things over there. Like, did Winterbeard ever make it there?
No. Just their main lineup: Mad Tom, Twice as Mad Tom.
The cream, the lager, the dark.
Actually, no. I only saw, other than their IPAs, the Harvest Ale.
Okay. The Harvest Ale.
I've heard winter beer is there.
Okay. I didn't know.
I read that on some other beer sites.
All I know is that the Harvest Ale used to be in 750s for like $10 a bottle. I'm glad they went down to the six packs because I'm more willing to pay that. I wish that the Moonlight Kettle Mosaic was 6 packs because that in like a corked fucking 750 for $10 was fucking stupid. Really good beer. I'd love to pay like 12 or 13 for a 6-pack of it. Don't want to pay 10 for a corked bottle of it.
Didn't you have a really brilliant beer by them recently?
Really brilliant beer by them. It was probably the one I'm talking about.
The Mosaic Kettle Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually showed up here in New York, only on tap, though. It wasn't in bottles. You can only get growler fills of it.
We got it in bottles in NB as well.
We got pretty much what I think Alberta got, like their mixed pack with the cream ale and Twice as Mad Tom, and actually we got their what was their summer beer? What the fuck is that? Like a
Summer Weizen.
Yeah, we got that. No winter beer, no oddity, no. I don't even think we got the Harvest.
We just got the winter beard in and the winter Weiss.
Yeah, we got that. The winter Weiss, we did get that as well.
The winter Weiss is basically just a Dunkel.
Yeah.
A Dunkel Weiss.
You're wrong, Chad. It's a winter Weiss. Okay.
Dunkel?
Muskoka clearly knows what they're doing, but not really.
What are you boys drinking?
I am currently drinking the Dark Horse Stout from Broadhead Brewing, who is forcing the Underdog Brewing Company to change their name due to copyright, but they are the Dark Horse Stout.
See, when you said Dark Horse Stout, I was like, oh, that's a good Michigan beer. Or as Greg would say, that's a good Pennsylvania beer.
And you know what? I'm poking fun at them, but I'm not actually mad at them. I like the guys, but I will continuously poke fun at them for this.
Yeah, I'm not poking fun. I think it's fucking dumb.
Yeah, well.
I mean, seriously, to fucking sue another place for that and then fucking have Dark Horse out. I know Dark Horse isn't in Ontario, but come on. They make all right beer though. I am drinking. Well, I'm finished with Monogamy Single Hop Columbus from Bellwoods, and I like that a lot more than I anticipated. I thought it'd be super like a resinous pine, big like fucking just super bitter and whatnot, and it was nothing like I expected it to be.
Nice.
I had a beer in Rochester, New York, from a brewery called Swiftwater, where they dry hopped the piss out of a double IPA with Columbus and some Simcoe, and it tasted like straight up honeydew juice. And I was getting a little bit out of this, a little bit like a melon rind almost. Not as quite juicy, but crazy what Columbus does when you can dry hop, because I know it's mostly used for bittering hops. So
That sounds beautiful. I've heard nothing but good stuff out of Bellwoods so far.
Bellwoods is the best brewery that I've had from Canada, from everything I've had, but definitely Ontario. I won't say they. Yeah, Phillips makes good stuff from what I've had, but the thing about Bellwoods is they almost do no wrong. I've had probably 25 beers from them, and I can count on one hand a beer that I didn't enjoy, but I could see for the style it's still being awesome. It's
See,
really
I've
rare.
had probably 20 to 25 from them too, and yeah, there's probably only like 5 or 6 that I didn't really like.
No, they do an awesome job.
They do an awesome job, and I can't wait for their production facility to open up so you can see them further out in Ontario.
I love breweries like that can just deliver on every style.
The only bad thing I could say about them is that they seem to love Brett barrels way too fucking much now. Everything's Brett barreled.
I don't even think it's them as much as just you see fucking that is, how we talked about sours and then before that double IPs. I think the whole like Brett phenomenon is basically at its peak right now. I could tell you just in the States how many beers show
I don't
up
even
here.
know though if I don't even know fully if it's their choice or if they just had a fucking Brett invasion and all their barrels are infected now, so they're just like, it's a Brett barrel.
I think they just like playing with it, with everything. But I don't know. I mean, there's so many different strains of Brett too. Like so many different flavors that they're probably just trying to figure out. Why don't we just experiment with some shit? It ends up all right. But I would like to see the Brett beers toned down a bit, at least recently. Like the Crooked Staves, I think, of the world pretty much brought everybody to the forefront where, oh my god, it's 100% Brett beer. Let's jump on the bandwagon. It's like, stop being copycats.
Now, 2 weeks ago, we talked about the uniforms at the beer market and how there was a lot of female workers that were freaking out that they felt the uniforms were degrading, and the reason they thought they had a right to fight about it, other than the fact that they do have a right to fight about it, is that the uniforms had changed in the time they were there. Well, this story came out early last week, so it was since I wasn't here to do beer Dweebs United last week, we didn't do it. But a beer market bartender was fired for wearing the uniform. Basically, a guy decided he wanted to wear the uniform. He said it was really hot behind the bar and all that, so if girls can wear this low-cut, skimpy dress, why can't he? He demanded the dress. The managers wouldn't give it to him, so he borrowed a dress from one of the other employees, and he wore it behind the bar. They demanded he took it off. He said no. He wore it for 3 shifts before they fired him. And now he's suing them for wrongful dismissal.
Wait a minute. Does that mean the female employee was naked?
No, she had her other dress. They give you more than one dress.
Ah, come on.
That's a working class hero right there, if I ever heard of one.
I think that is awesome. I mean, first off, it shows just there. If you won't let me wear it, why would you let them wear it? It's just one of those things. It's just
because men and women are not necessarily equal. Or sorry, we're equal, but we're not the same. Some things are different. Women have advantages in society. Men have advantages in society. That's just how life works.
Greg, you friggin' communist.
Yes, I'm a misogynist. So leave your comments.
Sexist.
Bring in Daniel Harper. We could have a head-to-head.
Oh boy.
Anyway, yeah, he even got friggin' knee-high boots to wear to work. Like, it's amazing. And the fact that he made it 3 full 6-hour shifts before he got fired is great to me too. The fact that he refused to take it off. He actually said in his interview he would take it off when they changed the uniforms back for the girls.
Well, the Catholic school system allows women to wear kilts. I don't think men are allowed to do that. So there may be bigger fish to fry than a small bar chain. Just saying.
Somebody mute him.
Yeah, what took you so long, Ewart?
What? Mute you?
Yeah.
I just don't listen to that nonsense. Gobbledygook from a goof.
He doesn't listen because he can't hear because he's old.
What? What?
Get off my lawn.
Now,
Yeah.
coming out,
They were just looking for a reason to fire that guy. That's my opinion. He's a shit disturber. He doesn't deserve to be employed there. If he can just start shit. There's better ways to carry out. If you have an issue to take, there's better means to do things than that. You're just
Shit. Unlike the Westbrook Rosa, we actually agree on something.
I thought you were a big fan of trolling. What happened?
that was full on trolling of the beer market.
Yeah, like you are the definition of trolling, and you're not on board. I don't understand. I don't know who you are anymore.
What do you mean? He was trolling?
Clearly.
Well,
No,
you know what?
that's not trolling. That's not clever enough to be a troll. That's just stupid.
That's not subtle trolling, baby. That's not
At
trolling.
the end of the day,
It ain't subtle. It ain't trolling.
if you have a problem with the uniform, unfortunately, it has to be done through a sort of a management or a corporate level. Like if you choose not to wear your uniform because you don't like it or you don't agree with something, and that's the company policy, and they tell you to take it off and you refuse to, well, sorry, I'm glad you had your little protest, but you deserve to be fired.
Yeah, exactly. If you've given direction, they're not unionized, and if it's not violating any laws, yeah, it's maybe in poor taste.
I'm not
but
saying...
let the customers speak for that. And then if you don't want to work there, go somewhere else. It's just a service job.
Hello.
I'm not saying he should win his wrongful dismissal suit or anything like that. I think for the most part, it's entirely just a publicity stunt to get the issue out there more, and he did great doing that. I think great for standing up to it, but yeah, the wrongful dismissal suit is just to continue bringing it into the media, because if he didn't do the wrongful dismissal suit, the media wouldn't have touched it. That being said, it's a bartending job. You can bartend anywhere. He'll have a job in a week.
I just want to point this out before we forget this. I just want to point this out for you. Greg Bylaw. That Greg Bylaw. The sound of reason. I rest my case.
I'd say I wouldn't hire him. I wouldn't want a shit disturber on my staff. So he's probably hurt himself more than anything else.
You said you want hipsters on your staff? Is that what you said?
No, I wouldn't even say that's a hipster. He's a clown. I wouldn't hire him.
I'm drinking something that Jay might know.
What are you drinking?
What the fuck is that?
Maxton Triple X.
That's a really good milk stout.
I'd actually be curious as like a social experiment if
I don't know that.
say for like a couple months they kept the old uniforms, the skimpy ones, and then they went to like a more conservative uniform, say for 3 months each. I'd be very curious to know if these girls, after 3 months in each uniform, if there was a difference in the tips they got. If the skimpy uniforms maybe got them better tips than the not-so-skimpy uniform.
The place is going to be closed in a couple months. It's terrible. They're resorting to drastic stuff, so I won't even worry about their tips. Experiment will fail.
I think Greg should go into more detail and do an actual report on this with some pie charts and some a bit of bar graphs, some visuals.
Did someone just commandeer Ethan's channel? What is this? What are you have a cold, Ethan?
Yeah, I have a slight cold, yeah.
Okay.
So
That actually sounded like Paul.
Yeah, that was scary. I was like, who the hell is on
Turn
the
your camera on for a second.
I have
Turn the camera on.
I have Sasquatch.
There we go.
Is what it is.
I actually, I wasn't in the window. I thought Paul was here.
Oh, baby, you'd know if Paul was here.
No, yeah, you would know.
He'd be saying they should have dead bodies in those uniforms.
Yeah.
Good day to both Ethan and Ron. What are you both drinking right now?
Well, I'm drinking Ziegenbach Texas Amber.
Interesting. Ooh,
I'm still working on the Guinness Nitro IPA, but I also have eight Maids of Milken. Waiting for
How many Guinness Nitro IPAs did you buy? Didn't you have one of those the last time you were on here?
Yeah, I bought another one. So
Yeah,
what? Jeez.
yeah, I bought all of them.
Yeah.
We're fixated on it. We're fixated.
Un solo.
Did somebody examine the shit out of that beer this evening?
Yeah.
Yeah. We tore it up.
Well, then that makes sense. Why you would have another one and another one.
Just like my bowels on
Well, this
Mexican.
is my last one now. So.
You're babying the shit out of that though. That Jay's thing's been over for what now? A little bit.
Now, well,
Well, this is the second one. I only had 2 left, so.
Don't lie. You know that's the first one, Ethan. It's okay. It's okay to baby it. You wanna savor the flavor, baby. Come on.
Let's eat the filet.
Is it any good? Is it any good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
I thought it was really good.
It's a
It's not
delight.
overly amazing, but it's good. It's a good
Right,
beer. It's good beer.
It's delightful.
You know what I'm going to drink next? I'm going to drink a beer that I can thank Jordan for. I'm going to drink the Brewhouse Pilsner.
Oh,
Are you really thanking him for that one?
Actually, you know what? For a budget beer, it wasn't bad.
where's
What
the
did you?
house?
That's what I always say about Millennium Buzz.
Yeah, Millennium. Yeah, your palate is stupid.
What is
Hey,
the
man.
What is the brew house?
It's from Great Western. It's a budget beer company in Alberta.
And it's not Minhas, right?
No, it's not Minhas.
Thank God.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
That is what were the 2 Minhas ones he sent me? Axehead and was Tundra Ice Minhas?
Yeah, I think so. It
I
should be.
drank that atrocity of mankind. Oh,
Yeah, all Minhas's beers are on a scale of 1 to 10, like a -5 billion. They are gross. Even like the ones they try to pass off as crack, whatever the chocolate bunny one.
What was that? That's Horseheads, isn't it? Horseheads?
No, no. Horseheads is Horseheads New York.
ones
They're on
they
our
sell-
book.
Okay,
the ones they sell at
give
Trader
me some of
Joe's.
those.
I gave you chocolate bunny with
Yeah,
the yellow
I'm trying to
label.
remember. I'm trying to remember what their name was on it.
I don't care. They will forever be known as Minhas trying to fuck everyone. I do not like that beer, and I don't like the company.
The only beer they do good is Dixie beer.
Dixie
That's
beer,
old.
eh?
Yeah, Dixie and Black and Voodoo.
I think I've had Dixie beer before.
And,
Rhinelander, by the way, Chad.
oh, I heard
There
that's
you go.
delicious.
Oh yeah, they had a Rhinelander chocolate bunny stout, and it doesn't say it's brewed by Minhas, and I picked it up, and I should have realized because it was like $2.50 for a bomber. And I'm like, oh, this sounds pretty cool. It's brewed with cocoa. No, it's not. It's brewed with feces, I'd imagine. It was fucking disgusting. It was
Diarrhea.
gross. It was not good.
Somebody just dropped trowel right in the fermentation.
I don't know. They didn't put a lot of effort into that one, or any of their beer, apparently.
Oh man, I've had so many Minhas beers. It is incredible that this company can make money, and everything they make is. I gotta say one thing about them though. Their beers are heroically bad. You know what I mean? It's like they.
Actually sounds like something I want to try. I love trying beers that are just absolutely horrid.
You should go out and buy some Boxer Ice then.
Oh,
I
Or
mean,
Boxer watermelon.
oh,
Boxer Watermelon, I didn't mind. It reminded me of Watermelon Jolly Ranchers.
Can I get Boxer Ice at the Loose Bow?
No, at the usually at the beer store.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I need something for my thousandth check-in.
Yeah, thousand packing, baby.
Boxer Ice got me punched in the head by Paul, the cantankerous cook.
So I won't drink it anywhere near the cantankerous cook because he would probably hurt me.
Nick, you did a bunch of Minhas reviews that you're gonna upload.
No, not Minhouse. I haven't reviewed anything from Minhouse. I've reviewed a bunch of beers over the weekend, and then I've edited a bunch to upload. So
Yeah, not
That's
Minhouse. Not Minhouse.
Not
Minhas. Minhas.
Minhouse doesn't even exist, and I'd imagine it's better than Minhouse products.
I do have an extra can of 2 Minhouse products for you there, Nick, then.
Oh fuck. Well, you know what? I'll review anything and shit on it.
Oh, we get some Minhas stuff down here like Milwaukee Special Reserve.
Oh boy.
Well, it's not made in Milwaukee, it's not special, and it's damn sure not kept in reserve.
Probably not even as good as Milwaukee's best.
To reserve it to not drink it.
Milwaukee's best is 1,000 times better.
It is
How many, Greg and Ewart, do you guys remember the Minhas boxer commercials way back when? When it was the two owners of the company, the guy and his sister, were on the TV, and they're like, "We're so and so Minhas, and we love quality, and we make our beer the lowest legal price so that you can enjoy good quality at a good price." I love those.
No, I remember the old Laker 2-4 for 2-4 commercials.
Oh yeah. Make her a Laker. It's a
That's
buck.
$1 a beer. Yeah.
And then the government fucked that one up and said, nope, now 29 and 2-4.
They ran that down here in Ohio. We didn't even get that beer.
Lakeport, great beer, fair prices.
And you were like at 229 and 2-4. That's expensive. Right,
Yeah.
right, Ethan.
Yeah, it's fucking. No, okay, Joe. To specify, it's $3.50 or $3.49 for a can for a pint. But I could buy a 24-ounce can of Pabst Blue Ribbon for $1.50. I was like, I'd rather buy that.
Oh,
To
it's
specify.
so much better. I drank the Jaguar malt liquor from Minhas. That's like 8.2% alcohol. Tell you what, you better have it frozen. It's close to frozen as you can get it. It's beyond belief. I remember I had 4 cans and I drank 2, and the other 2 I opened them up. I poured them down the sink. And you know that's saying something. I poured them.
Why did you
about-
put them down the sink? You should have sent them to somebody.
Seems like a good tagline though. Jaguar, better be close to
Seems like
ice.
a good Secret Santa gift to me.
Yeah, like send them to Chad. He'd love them.
They'll try
Jay,
anything.
you've had Axe Head before, right?
This breakdown when I drank. Axe Head, yes, I can remember where I bought it. I remember where it was on the shelf. I remember everything about it. Every time I used to look on my shelf at the can, it would make me grit my teeth. So one day I grabbed the can, I threw it away in the garbage because I couldn't stand looking at it because it would make me.
I know exactly what you mean.
I'm
Every time I walk into the liquor store here now, I just get these chills down my spine. I feel like death is approaching.
So you sent me 2 cans of it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You can never have too many
I
of them.
watched that video you made, and I was thinking to myself, yep, I remember it.
Yeah, buddy.
So that might be the one that sits in the back of the kegerator for a while. The kegerator's still full. There's still like 33 reviews in that kegerator right now.
These people have no shame. Rivon Minhas, you are a rascal.
Oh, I have a bottle of their Imperial Stout,
Oh,
and it is so frickin' terrible. It tastes like someone brewed a shitty brown ale, let's say, and just dumped like 8-year-old hops into there, and then added like 20 pounds of corn per barrel.
Is it wrong? I want to try this to see how bad it is.
Jordan,
Yeah.
there's one company on this planet that makes beer worse than Minhas, or comparable.
Camo.
Well, okay, Camo comes from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
flat.
I remember that. Okay, there's,
I literally puked after that review. I should have caught it on camera, but
okay, there's only no. You don't need that on camera. There's only 2.
La Messagère, that gluten-free brewery in Quebec, La Messagère.
Oh, they're
That's probably the worst beer I've ever had, and I use the word beer
red is
loosely.
the only one that's even tolerable. The blue and the buckwheat. Oh my god!
It smelled and tasted like straight vomit. Like I can't even
There's
go
only
into intricate details about the flavors.
do you eat a lot of vomit, Joe, or?
Yeah, if you vomited before, you know that aftertaste you have in your mouth, that's what the beer tasted like. So it was
The best
fantastic.
part is that the cartoon vomits every time he drinks a La Messenger.
Ugh.
Yikes.
well, getting past that sort of thing. There's only 2 companies that rival Minhas's atrocious production values. That's La Crosse, Wisconsin, City Brewing, and like you said, and the other one I'm going to bring up is in Kern, California. It's called Indian Wells.
Mm.
They make beers that are just beyond belief. they're indescribable. They are indescribable.
So basically, it's like you took part in Two Girls, One Cup, kind of.
Aw. 2 girls, 1 beer cup.
I remember that back in the day.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I'm saying is, if you get the
Good.
if you get the lobotomy Bach, this beer, they claim is 10% alcohol. 10%. You could drink 2 gallons and you wouldn't feel it. I'm telling you, I don't even think it's real beer. I don't even think it has alcohol.
Lobotomy for it.
You and Marty should start talking.
Oh my God! all I've gotten from this entire conversation is in the distance I hear Jay and he's going, "Someone send me a couple bottles of La Messenger, please. Somebody hook me up with a beer mail of that gluten-free product. That's fantastic."
No, Jay ain't requesting nothing. I'm just saying.
Jay, I'll be more than happy to send you a couple bottles of that.
I'm really surprised you haven't heard of Maxon Stout there, Jay. This sounds like something you'd know.
That's a pretty popular milk stout.
Yeah.
Send me a bottle of the messenger.
Well, maybe no. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of No, it's nothing to do with that beer. I had a beer, but is it related to that company? I bought it in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's called Bombardier. No, not Bombardier. What's the one with the ship on it? I think it's a Green King beer. Adnam. No. Oh God.
Could you write on Facebook that yours is from Carib in Trinidad?
Yeah, this is actually Trinidadian.
Oh,
Because I've had a Mackeson that was actually brewed by Mackeson in the UK.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the one I had was in Trinidad, same as Nick.
Yeah, this one actually says brewed and bottled at Carib Brewery, Eastern Main Road, Champlain, in Trinidad.
Yep.
how is it?
The Triple X version is brewed in Trinidad. The regular
No,
Max-
they're all Triple X. It's the Triple X is a throwback to the old English way of labeling beers. Triple
Okay.
X stout.
Wikipedia is wrong.
Triple export.
What a shocker.
What is it good?
It's okay. I'm getting. I mean, it's a milk stout, so it's a real sweet stout. But I'm getting this kind of weird, like cardboard taste, almost like there's almost like a little taste in the back of the throat that reminds me of a non-alcoholic beer, and it's kind of put me off a little. But otherwise, it's fine. Maybe I'm not drinking it enough.
Isn't there a beer with a ship on it from Adnams?
I don't even know what Adnams is.
So
I've
there's
heard pretty weird shit about their beers.
I thought Adnams made Tally Ho.
they do.
Adams Brewery. I'm just looking it up.
Where are they
I've
from?
never had anything from them. Yeah, there's Ghost Ship, isn't it?
Yeah, they make that too.
I know I had a beer from England that had a ship on it. But it wasn't Bombardier. Bombardier has the cannon, whatever. Does it really matter? No.
Was it Schooner?
Ghost Ship has a ship on the label.
Schooner.
Schooner.
Maybe that was it.
Well, that's
I
American.
had their Tally Ho, right?
I don't know if the Tally Ho was by Oland Brewery.
The Tally Ho was really good. I enjoyed that.
Adnams Tally Ho Reserve.
That was one of the first English barley wines I've had.
Yeah, I know it. I'm right. That's the one I was talking about. Adnams Tally Ho Reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking this.
It's a barley wine.
Horny Horn.
Phillips.
9%. What is that?
Nick, what is the ABV on that? Does it
this
say?
beer?
4.4. Yeah, so I'm reading on Wikipedia. They have the facts always 100% correct. But based on this, it said it was originally founded in 1907, bought by AB InBev. Whitbread was the place that actually originally brewed it for the UK. AB InBev bought them in 2001. Well, InBev back then, but they brew a 4.
Well, it says right on the bottle, established 1907 in Hythe, Kent, UK. But
God damn it, you. I heard it. I switched instantly over because I'm like, this motherfucker knew it.
See, the beer that they've got here actually lines up with what they're saying on the Wikipedia article. But I mean, the way they say it in there, they say like the Triple X version is the one that's brewed in Trinidad, and the Max and Stout without Triple X is the one that's brewed in UK.
Yeah, and I think. Are you
But
positive it was brewed?
That could be wrong, you know.
Are you positive the one you had was brewed in the UK, Chad? Because you and I gave you the Triple X stout, didn't I? Wasn't I one?
No, I gave you a
You gave
Triple
me
X
it.
stout, I believe.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the one I had was Trinidad too. I'm pretty sure yours was as well because I don't think the regular UK version, like Nick is saying, I think it's 3% or 2.8 or something.
You read the Wikipedia here, it says the 4.9% version was brewed in Trinidad, a 5% version was brewed in Ohio.
Fucking Ohio. But they don't no longer
They're
brew
both Max and Triple X.
Yeah, but it's no longer brewed. The 5% one, they closed down the brewery in Ohio.
But how long ago was that shut down?
I don't know. Probably a while ago, I'd imagine. Whatever. It's a good milk stout. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because in Britain it's it's 3% ABV. So
According to the Smug Baby, we need to have some brewery needs to make a Goza ship.
The ship.
Excuse me, the Smug Baby. Why is he not in this hangout?
Why is Smug Baby not here?
He's probably doing a Roy Whiskey video.
Masturbating.
Ooh, Roy Whiskey.
Where's April?
He's whiskey baiting.
What about April? You talking about my cousin?
No, the one she showed up one time for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, Chad, did your cousin show up for 20 minutes one time?
No, my cousin April did not.
Remember that blonde-headed lady showed up one time?
Yes,
Probably a reason.
but I
why
wasn't here.
I remember. She was having a good time, and then she didn't come back. She thought it was too.
I think her boyfriend backhanded her, then said, "Get the hell off of that webcam." So.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. I think
I thought she was on one of those live webcam girls. Hey.
Well, if you watch her videos on her YouTube channel, that's what she basically does: is go into people's like live hangouts and chats with them.
Oh, so you just kind of it's like a troll type person.
Almost. She doesn't really troll them, but she drops into everybody's thing.
But why? For what purpose?
I don't know.
Oh, talking about women joining hangouts, I would like to mention that Tanya Markowski is interested in joining this Canadian hangout proceeding at some point in the future.
Yeah, she was very open and very adamant on joining. So.
Oh no, people talk about us other than
you have 2 votes.
The damn right people talk about you. And
Wait, but open and adamant means she saw the episode in which we said that she shouldn't compare stuff or do it by the BJCP handbook, and she wants to come in here and defend herself, type of thing. Is that what we're talking about?
Perhaps.
I happen to bring that up.
Perhaps.
Yeah, she can.
BJCP, what a bunch of nonsense.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute.
Oh shit!
Seconded
Shots
and
fired.
thirded and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh.
Get out! Shock it all!
Wait a minute, comrade. I was saying that she. Wait a minute.
All right.
She was not aware that anyone was discussing her. I said, "Oh well, Tanya, you're out there. You're doing videos. You're being monitored." Okay. Well, she was very pleased about that because she felt as though she was doing these in a vacuum. I said, "Oh no." So I said, "But some people did take exception to your reliance or emphasis upon the BJCP guidelines." And she said, "Oh no, I don't say that it's doctrine or that people are obligated to follow it. I just use it because I'm trying to learn, basically what she was saying." And I said, "You might want to go on to the Canadian hangout and discuss that with them." She said, "I'd be game." I said, "Well, Tanya, I have to warn you ahead of time. This can be a rough crowd. They're very exuberant in what they do." She said, "Oh, I can I can hang with that.
She said she'll put up a cat fight. Meow.
Yeah, Ethan was
Lines
in
of
on
half.
it. Ethan's a witness. He can back me up. He said, yeah, she was pretty game for it.
She was doing the whole snap fingers. I ain't afraid to defend myself.
Right.
I'll just,
She's ready to-
she walks in. She as soon as she mentions BJCP, I'll mute her. Just keep muting her. That's it.
I got a little bit of the wrath.
I'm a bully.
But it
You
was
got a
more or
little bit
less.
of the wrath. Wait, wait, so
Actually,
hang
you know
on.
what?
It was more.
Ju-
Hold
I
on.
just want to put this out there right now because I'm going to put this out there right now. Next week may be a regular Beer Dweebs United. It may not. As of right now, I am trying to work out the females in beer tube and brewing thing, and so far I have 3 people that might be all joining next week. So I'm just putting that out there that we may not have a normal panel because we may be doing all females in brewing.
Well, there's a fourth. That's
Yeah,
You might
apparently you
want to
have a
let
fourth.
Paul know that.
So is this basically your way of telling me I'm not invited next
Or
week?
Craig, yeah.
She said she's like Metallica. She's ready to jump in the fire. All right.
All right, next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m., there's going to be a BDU-like show with a better name on yours channel.
Gauntlet.
For all non-female people.
With jump cuts.
Yeah, we'll be trolling the female brewers on our channel. Yeah.
It'll be a lazy Wednesday evening with Teku Murray, baby. It's going to be a great time.
And a lot of jump cuts.
Only if Tasting Niche is here.
Be like, I'm putting my feet in some
So
salt.
I'm hearing from Lee that he's a little bitch, and the reason he's not here is he's sick.
Oh, hey, dude, I'm like a dog, bro. I'm just like a
Listen,
dog.
Ethan
Yeah,
isn't like a dog.
I don't
Ethan
even
is a
know what
dog.
I'm saying right now, man. I got so much NyQuil with this Guinness. I'm just, woo.
Yeah.
Hey, NyQuil and Guinness.
He did say he's fixing NyQuil and somebody give.
No,
I'm
pickle
the
juice
dog,
and juice.
yo.
Now, one of our last news articles that was out there, there's only 3 left, was trouble brewing with beer waste. This was out of BC. There's a whole bunch of new environmental laws coming out for BC brewers because I get, from what I understand, they're basically, and this has been going on for a few years. I think our first BDU, there was a topic about this, about them throwing like solid yeast waste down the drains. And these breweries are pouring solid waste down the drains, and it's clogging up the systems, and it's fermenting inside the sewer pipes and everything else. And so there's all these new rules about what they have to do, and all these breweries are freaking out like we can't afford to do these changes. These are all changes that every brewery in Ontario already does. Every brewery I've ever been to already does. I don't know any brewery that throws solid waste down the drains here if they can help it. I mean, there is a guy whose sole job is to sit there with a rake and fucking rake all the spent grains out of the fucking out of the mash tuns into a fucking big bin that they give to farmers. And then there's another guy whose sole job is to catch all the yeast out of the bottom of the fermenters in a barrel, and that job fucking sucks. I've done that once, and a fat guy should not be underneath a fermenter with a barrel. That I can tell you right now. But like, I don't understand this BC thing of let's just dump it down the drain. Everything can be reused. Every single thing can be reused.
Every BC brewery is doing that? Or we have a couple?
Apparently, there's like
Like
any brewery that's over 6 years old has up to a $50,000 bill to upgrade themselves to where they're supposed to be.
Oh, well.
From what I read, though, most of the breweries that are doing this straight down the drain thing are all Vancouver breweries.
Yeah, maybe they're working in tight spaces, and I don't know. Maybe they should have done their research and should be a little more responsible, so serves them right.
What did Benjamin Franklin say? Waste not, want not. I agree with Chad. They shouldn't be wasting all that stuff.
No, I mean, your spent grains can be used either in baked goods or as animal feed. Your yeast can be used to propagate more yeast. You don't have to waste any solid, like no solid waste should ever go to waste in a brewery.
No. Hey, look, the evil empire The evil empire is one of the biggest suppliers of animal feed in the United States.
Texas?
Texas.
Jesus.
God don't mess with Texas.
Anheuser-Busch InBev.
According to Lee, whenever you start a hangout, you have to go into the advanced settings and turn comments on, Chad, when you do a hangout. So instead of trying to figure out what keys you're hitting on your keyboard, you should probably go do that.
Okay, I'm going to go try that now.
Well, this is the time of year when a lot of people are going to be sick with respiratory problems, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that if I do have a cold, beer will help me feel better.
Sorry, I was just so my advanced settings.
Do you think that you feel better when you drink beer because it, like the yeast or whatever, kind of like helps your system?
I would say alcohol. Kind of euphoric and clears you out, but if you overdo it, I don't think it's going to help you.
No, I don't mean overdoing it, but like if I have a cold and I'm feeling bad and I drink beer, it makes me feel better, you know. So it's kind of a medicine, maybe.
Typically, whenever I feel bad or have a head cold or even the flu or something, I abstain from alcohol because I can't usually taste it. So I almost feel, for me personally, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. So maybe if I had just whatever, just a random beer that I've had multiple times, I have a six-pack of it, that's one thing. But I tried to not drink anything I've never had before because I'd like to actually smell and taste it.
Oh, right, I can understand that point. You don't want to try something new because you're going to miss out on a lot of flavor and aroma notes.
Yeah.
But if you're feeling bad and you have a cold, like let's say I had a cold and I was feeling like have some chills and I wanted to get under the covers and I just felt run down, and a sore throat, I might want to go to the store and get that 4-pack of Ice House Edge 8% and sip on that. You know, it might make me feel better.
I'm not a whiskey drinker, but I think, that often. But I think whiskey would be really good for that because it would really like vaporize, like cough medicine, and just kind of sterilize the throat and get rid of all the germs in there.
Berserker's not a doctor. Everyone watching, just to be clear, Berserker's not a doctor.
Berserker, you saying like make a hot toddy?
I suggest absinthe for that stuff. Absinthe is the killer.
Huh?
Absinthe, bro.
Yeah, but that's made out of wormwood. I'm talking about something that it's not going to kill you.
Well,
what's the fun in that?
Go hard or go home, right?
I had a fermented beverage that worked really. It was specially designed for colds, and it was called Master Tonic. And I'm not big into the pushing herbal remedies. I swear, man, that stuff will fix you up. Look,
Master Tonic. That was
like a fermented horseradish garlic concoction. It comes with like vinegar a bit. And I swear it's real.
So like a Dark Horse accidental sour.
I have one cocaine.
There you go.
I thought cocaine was used. Wait a minute. I thought cocaine was used for dental procedures.
We're talking about.
It works for everything, buddy. It works for everything.
You mean Novocaine?
Except sanity.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't mean Novocaine.
I can't figure out how to turn comments
like
off.
if the dentist is working on your teeth, they'll make a paste out of cocaine and rub it on your gums to keep it numb so it won't hurt so bad.
Chad, are there any other topics at all in this entire land of topics?
Sorry.
Ethan, do you have a 8-year-old topic you can bring to the table right now?
It's only a couple.
You can't even talk about cocaine on these hangouts.
You can talk about it.
What's the world coming?
The first 13 grocers were chosen among the list of 46 that will be selling beer in Ontario. They were Copa's Fresh Market, Farm Boy, Galleria Supermarket, Hannah Hooven Markt, J&B La Mantia Limited in Lindsay, Loblaws Inc., Longo Brothers Fruit Markets, Metro Ontario, Michelangelo's Marketplace, Pino's Get Fresh, Sobeys, Starsky Fine Foods in Hamilton, and Walmart Canada.
Okay, I totally regret it. Can we go back to talking about cocaine?
And so 20% of the shelf space is reserved for craft beer, blah, 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 blah. I can't figure out how to turn on comments so you guys don't get comments, blah, 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 until I go offline. Lastly, our last news article is this one. In Saudi Arabia, custom officials find Heineken beer disguised as Pepsi. So there was a bunch of boxes of Pepsi with cans that had stickers on them that were Pepsi wrapped, and underneath those stickers it was Heineken cans. Now Saudi Arabia is a strict no alcohol law. Basically getting caught for smuggling alcohol into Saudi Arabia is prison time plus
Beheading.
Flogging, not beheading, flogging. You get to keep your head, you lose your skin. Now here's the thing: if you're going to go out of your way to smuggle beer into Saudi Arabia, I would think you would get a canning line and can your Heineken into cans of Pepsi. Put it into cans of Pepsi instead of stickers, so they won't really find it. Because you know what? There's absolutely no alcohol in Saudi Arabia anyway. If the case of Pepsi beer costs them an extra $5, they're going to pay that to get their fucking Heineken. And you can keep the skin on your back. That's just the way I'm looking at it.
Are they so fanatical that they're opening random beverages? Like, has this happened before? Or?
They just, even in Canada, if you bring in a shipment, you can get it stopped and they'll inspect it. So they opened up a box of Pepsi just to open up a box of Pepsi, and there was a sticker on it. And they're like, why is it a sticker? So they peeled the sticker off, and it was a can of Heineken.
Yeah, you can totally tell a wrap when you see one.
Did the sticker say, this is Pepsi? P.S. This is not alcohol.
And all of a sudden, comments are working, and I didn't turn them on.
I think Lee turned them on somehow.
Lee always turns everyone on.
Oh, yeah.
Boom!
Well, that sounds like they just did a bad job of smuggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should put it up your butt like Jay does.
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
What? I mean, he's a good smuggler.
Jay, would you like to retort to these accusations made when the Sound of Reason Greg Bylog from earlier this evening?
I still am not comfortable with that mantle.
No, I'm just sitting here with my feelings hurt.
Jay might look tough, but he got feelings. And
Jay, I'll be honest with you. Every time Greg opens his mouth, everybody's feelings are hurt.
Hence why he's not allowed around women on the interwebs.
Orphans.
Or in general.
Preteen women.
That's you, I thought. Ethan.
Dogs.
Oh, no, that was when you had your mustache.
I'm going to drink Wellington's Special Pale Ale next. Try a Welly on, guys. Try a Welly on.
Pale.
Is it really special?
How's this?
Probably shitty.
Oh, Hop Hunter, I did not like that beer. I was so disappointed with that beer.
I got the other Star Trek beer in it.
Oh, the keg, the Warnog, Klingon Warnog.
It's a Czech lager, I think.
Czech lager? No, the one the keg, the Klingon Warnog was like a Roggen beer, Roggen Dunkel.
No, this was just a flat out Czech Pilsner.
Oh, I don't know what that one is. This one's a red session IPA. Vulcan Ale, Genesis Effect from Garrison. But
I had a Vulcan Ale that wasn't from Garrison. My Vulcan Ale was from a company that's technically American, but was being brewed in Calgary.
Okay. This one says federationofbeer.com and dedicated to the memory of Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, mine was long before Nimoy died.
Yeah. Must be a different one. Anyway. It does say Vulcan Ale Genesis Effect, so maybe it's technically a different one. I keep thinking Beer Zerker is Max Headroom with a background like that.
Yeah. Oh, I miss Max Headroom.
Yeah, good times.
drinking this beast.
Really?
I'm curious as to how much it was for a 6-pack there, Jordan.
Very high, I bet.
I think it was around 15 or 16.
Holy moly.
But to be fair, Jay, that's like 4 cents American, so that's a pretty good deal for us.
No, that's probably like $10 American.
Yeah, it's about the same. It's probably what we pay here for it. I think it's like $9.99, I believe.
Oh, maybe $8.99.
Yeah, in them southern states, baby, you guys get everything a little cheaper, baby.
That's true.
Up in New York, man, we're not so lucky. You always have like Eric from Massachusetts on there, and you guys are like, oh, this beer was $7.99, and Eric's like, yeah, I paid $14 for it, and you guys are like, what? What? Yeah, that's how it is up here.
That's true. Our examinations do tend to be rather repetitive.
Yeah, well, when it comes to the prices, that's just how it is. It's interesting, though, to see the different people around the country, and sometimes North America in general, just seeing what they have to pay, because you'd be surprised.
Hey, I wonder what's the cheapest place in America for beer? Probably Chicago, huh?
Oh, definitely Chicago. Maybe New York City.
Chicago's like insane. Their beer prices are so cheap. 30 packs for $10.99.
That's illogical.
It's the truth. But everything else in Illinois is sky high. The gasoline is so high.
Probably still cheaper than Canada.
So, I think I may have just gotten my Trolls a Week comment because I'm going to respond to it and that it's going to cause a fight.
Oh.
But it was on a Shock Top video where it was a raspberry Shock Top, one of the raspberry ones, where we were talking about how if it's not red, it's not real raspberries, and I get it's natural raspberry flavor. I just read the box. It's real raspberries, and I think I may have to give him the scientific breakdown of how you get natural raspberry flavor out of the anus of a skunk or a beaver.
That's quite logical, Captain.
Or you could just save your time and realize he's a dumbass. I mean, either way you go, I think probably the way to go.
Joe, if he didn't feed the trolls, you wouldn't be around. So
I'm not a troll like that, okay?
Hey, before I get off of here, has anybody ever tried the Shock Top twisted salty pretzel?
I think Ewart does, because again, to reiterate, he likes salty things in and around his mouth. So I'm pretty sure he did.
That's why he likes me so much.
No, I've seen it. I never tried it.
That's why I have the beard. I can always go back for seconds.
Baby, it's a flavor saver, baby, for later.
No, I have never had it. I've never seen it. I like pretzels. I don't think I'd like a pretzel beer.
It is very bizarre. John Sharon of Zone 1 Beer Reviews, he said...
I don't know what's happening.
He said that I needed to try it. So I said, oh, John, I've had pretzels. Oh, no, he said, oh, this beer is beyond belief. So I said, finally, I bought it. And it was a 12-pack, the variety pack for the winter time. It was, I think, $14.99. It was really beyond, and it was so strange. It was a salty, twisted pretzel beer. It tasted literally like a twisted, salty pretzel. I think my daughter did a video review with me on that one. She did a bunch of those with that Shock Top variety pack. I can't remember. But she likes all those flavored beers.
Chad knows.
She likes all those flavors.
Chad knows.
Yeah, I watch all your daughter's reviews.
Oh.
Because she's a great reviewer.
And Lee just asked if that is a type of beer or a type of Dirty Sanchez.
Can't it be both?
Can you get that beer? Is it only in like the mixed 12 packs or whatever they have, or does?
I don't think it's a standalone.
See, I actually
haven't tried.
I don't mind buying the mixed 12 packs of Blue Moon because I actually like Blue Moon. I like Blue Moon more than I like Shock Top by a long margin, and I even liked it more when we did it blind. And I don't mind buying the Blue Moon mix packs, but I don't know if I'd buy a Shock Top mix pack. I mean, it would be great to try that beer, but I don't know if I like Shock Top enough that I'd want to buy it. But at $14 a 12 pack, great price. I mean, that would be like $25 here.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
See, I I give Blue Moon credit because compared to Shock Top, I think Shock Top does a lot of gimmicky things, where I think Blue Moon does some decent takes of on the main style they do, but like they did like a Flanders Red, which I didn't mind. I didn't think it was all that good or anything, but they did the one blackberry I think beer, and they did some cool stuff. Shock Top always comes up with like the twisted pretzel or like chocolate vanilla blah blah blah. I don't know. I always think Blue Moon does a better job with the variants.
Yeah, did you try that chocolate? That Shock Top?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. It was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't also care for it all that much.
Yeah, I liked it.
I'm drinking some SPA.
Yeah, I'm sure it tastes real good.
SP Erm.
Maybe I'm gonna go eat some hemp seeds. I got a whole bunch of hemp seeds over there from my buddy Yo.
Okay, last question. Then I'm getting off here because I've been up for too long. I'm too tired. Man, I'm getting tired. Hey, do you think we should examine Labatt?
Oh,
Labatt what?
About what?
I'm going to say yes, no matter what kind it is.
Just
I'm gonna
Labatt.
say no matter what guy.
Just Labatt. You know, like
The company?
No,
If
I
you
mean-
review the company, I'll watch that. You do examination.
We're gonna do an audit of them on a Google Hangout.
They're like Labatt, your regular Labatt Blue. You know, like their flagship beer, Labatt.
I got a great idea.
We call
Jay.
it blue.
Do an examination of Labatt the company, and then everyone can bring any Labatt product they want, and then you have the best of both worlds.
Well, actually, I think the only Labatt most of the people that join me can get is Labatt Blue.
Oh, I could send everyone the what was it, the Labatt Shandy? What the hell was that came out? That was like only available here in a couple other spots this past summer. Oh my God, I don't know.
Well,
It's weird
all
shit.
those Labatt beers that I've tried that are coming out of Rochester, they're inferior.
Speaking of Rochester, you need to check out the Genesee Brew House Salted Caramel Chocolate Porter. I know you're not a big gimmicky guy, but that is by far the best Genesee product they have brewed to date.
Yep, that is true.
Well, I would
Well,
try.
now it sounds like I need to try that beer.
You definitely don't need it, but Jay does.
No, Genesee, I've got a lot of issue. I'll take issue with a lot of what Genesee does. I'm sorry,
Genesee? Are we combining the two companies? I like it.
I meant to say Genesee, but yeah, I'd be interested in trying that. Sure, of course.
The cool thing is, I went this past summer to the actual brew house, and they have like a little operation where they make like some craft stuff. And
Pilot.
I had the pilot series, and they had a whip beer that was just amazing. Like they're made good stuff aside from Genesee products. Like it's crazy, and they're starting to bottle.
I thought the Dundee Honey Brown Lager was pretty good.
I thought the Dundee Oktoberfest was the worst, one of the top 5 worst beers I've ever had. It was so gross. Maybe it was infected or messed up. It was
See, I haven't had the Oktoberfest, but most of the Dundee beers I've had have at least been passable. They haven't.
Yeah, that one was shit. It was absolutely horrible.
That's the thing, right? Like, and their beers aren't that expensive either. Like, I bought the Dundee pack in Pennsylvania. I did the Yingling tour, and I went to the liquor distributor just down the street from him, and this was years ago. And back then you could only buy in 2-4s. You couldn't do the sandwich shop singles and all that. And we were there, and he's like, "I got these. They come in a pack. It's 2 12-pack mixers. He's like, you get 6 different beers." And I'm like, "Yeah, fucking sell me on that. I'll buy it." And yeah, they weren't bad. I enjoyed them.
Well,
That's the decision.
well.
I can't go wrong with some Genesee cream ale, though. I'm still partial to it.
Oh, they tried selling that around here, and it was so delicious, but nobody but myself bought it. But
I do enjoy it. It's good times.
It was $4.69 a 6-pack.
It's fucking extremely cheap. It's even cheaper than here. It's like I think it's like $5.99, maybe $6.49
Yeah, it's like
a
6 bucks
six-pack.
here.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
$4.69. Hey, but there's a beer that Genesee makes that I'm telling you right now, if you drank it, you would rather smoke methamphetamine and get hooked on that. And your life would probably be better. It's called Breaking J. Yeah, it's called what's that dog? Something dog. It's made
Red
by
Dog,
Tennessee
Mad Dog,
Rochester. It's made Dog Bite.
Dog
Dog
Bite.
Bite. High gravity lager, 10% alcohol.
Is it a malt liquor, or is it just or is
Oh,
it?
they make Dog Bite? I didn't know they made Dog
Oh
Bite.
yes, Genesee makes Dog Bite high gravity lager.
I've had Dog Bite. It was horrible.
10% alcohol. You see, there's a lot of stuff that comes out of Rochester that you're not supposed to know about. But I mean, that thing is beyond the pale. I did a video review and I was just like, ugh. But of course, it wasn't as bad as Earthquake High Gravity 12% from Fusion Projects, our friends that produce For Loco. But it was pretty close. It tasted like husk, like barley husk.
What I would say though, Jay, is try to get one of your New York viewers, or maybe one of your New York viewers will actually just do it themselves. But they have a black IPA, a Scotch Ale, and that salted caramel chocolate porter. It's from their brew house, and I think you would like all of them. I think you would, comparatively speaking to the other shit that you get from Genesee.
Yes, and we get some oddball stuff in New Orleans, so I'm gonna check on that because you never know what could show up in our little area. So, all right, well, y'all have a great night, and
You as well, good sir. You as well.
thanks.
Yeah, well,
Mm-hmm.
So I have wasted in the last week a full day on Fallout 4. A full day.
Are you
And
trolling me right now?
No, but I love going to the Beantown Brewery in Fallout 4 and getting as much beer as I can.
yeah,
Spoilers.
he's not actually sick. He's just playing Fallout 4.
Actually, which reminds me, I had to get back to Battlefront, so.
Okay. Are you seriously going to do that right now?
You know what? I pre-ordered that and I did 1 day shipping, so I should have had it on Tuesday, and I still don't have it.
I did the pre-order by in-store pickup. That way,
Yeah, see, I don't like my wife knowing the things I buy, so I do Amazon orders, and yeah, my Amazon order still isn't here.
Light the torches.
I'm going to send them a message tomorrow. Why did I pay an extra $6 for shipping?
They'll refund it to you and say, we overstalled and.
Oh no, they shipped it on Monday like they were supposed to. Canada Post just hasn't gotten it to me.
Mississauga.
At least it didn't sit on a floor in Niagara Falls for a week. I shipped a package to Steve in BC, and his package, I dropped it off on the Tuesday, and on Friday they decided to mail it. It was still at the Shoppers Drug Mart on the floor.
Fuck.
That's nonsense. All right, I have to go though. Seriously, so.
Alrighty, you have a wonderful night.
Hey, Matt. Sorry, buddy. See ya.
What's going on, man? See ya.
Hey, you're.
Wait, Matt's not Paul. I'm confused at what's happening right now.
Donuts.
Yeah, I saw someone review that. How is that? Is that good?
Mediocre at best.
It's Narragansett, baby. That's what they do, baby. That's what they do. Get hypocrisy everywhere, baby.
It's the equivalent of, I don't know, tepid pool of water. It's not offensive, but you don't mind it every now and then. I don't know.
I'm going to say this. We're out of topics. We're all going to keep talking because we're going to keep talking. Nobody can comment on us, so we're not going to stay online. But, Lee, get in here. You're sick, but we're going offline so you can be here and be a sick bitch.
Live long and prosper.
You guys don't get to look at Matt's beard as much as we do. We're going to look at Matt's beard. I'm going to lick the screen. Bye.